Well, I tell you, that's one of the beauties of this sport. It's one of the only sports in the world where there is an unlimited category. So, as we see, Scotty Andrews and Toby Ross, Scotty, of course, was on and off the accelerator last time, but just still trying to find that sweet spot. There must be that little bit of a rise in that accelerator there. He just can't quite get that on that spot.
Yeah, I think we'd better call him Scotty Feather Andrews, because he's feathering that throttle everywhere he goes and giving it a bit of a flick, and obviously he's having fun out there. Hey, it's his first meeting. He needs to be a bit more solid on that pedal, bring it down rather than pumping the gas. Every time he pumps that gas pedal, what he's doing is he's letting that water go inside that unit. He's dropping it up and down and up and down. It's all like putting your brakes on your car. So not really helping him too much, but hey, he's fairly green in the machine, so we'll just let him run his course.
Yeah, every time you're doing that, it just changes the handling characteristics of the boat, because the steering is through the water coming out of the jet unit. And if you've got different water pressures through there, it's the difference between the old hardcore steering and power steering, so makes it a bit hard. So he's trying to find that sweet spot. It's a bit like a G-spot, pretty hard to find, but he'll get there,
He's just got to circle around a few times. There he goes, he's put it on the board. 63.686. So not the best run, but he's certainly improving. He's come back a little bit better. Let's go see what the next one comes out.
All right, so this will be Lockie from Fowler Homes. All right, so Lockie McMillan, Trent Dumbrell doing the navigational duties. The contractor is from New Plymouth, is Trent. And of course, Lockie, the managing director of Fowler Homes. And One Chance is the name of the boat. If you have a look at the graphics on this boat during that lunch break, you'll be absolutely rapt about that. And so Lockie, new to the sport, and well, from the first time we saw him down there at Wanaka, he looks to have smoothed it out a fair bit. And well, he's going to be an exciting guy to watch.
Yeah, this is mini jet boat that I was talking about earlier. So Lockie's got 200 of these little. I'll tell you what, he's actually looking a lot tidier this time around.
Yeah, a lot smoother.
Dancing, but he's got 200 of these mini little jet boats he's going to give out to kids at lunchtime today. And there's no doubt his boat, One Chance, he's going to try his.
Oh no!
Oh, he might recover here.
Oh, geez, I tell you what, if he can recover from that, he's going to be better.
He's high and dry. He might be giving out his own jet boat rather than 200 shortly, but good on him. Lockie's all good. No problems at his first tumble.
Oh, sorry.
You're right there, KV. He's lost his voice. He's got a frog in it, and Lockie appears. He's got thumbs up. Everyone's good in there, so a little bit of a chance and a dance, but One Chance has just run out of its last dance.
Yeah, absolutely. Geez, I'll tell you what, when you said, mate, that he could possibly recover from that, I thought that is incredibly ambitious. That's like getting Harry Houdini back from the dead.
I thought he was
Here we go on the replay. Came in too early on that hairpin. And lucky that little bit of a pirouette prevented the boat from rolling and upside down into the next channel. So just came in about 5 metres too early, really.
I actually thought he was going to dance on One Chance and just pop in the water just here and go again. But Rob Coley normally gets away with that, but no, not today.
Yep, all right. So this, as we said, ladies and gentlemen, he's definitely one bloke to keep an eye on. All right, we'll take a short break as we effect the rescue of the One Chance Fowler Homes boat of Lockie McMillan. We'll be back in a second. I've just got James Hayden in the Ryco boat, just making his way up on the four-wheeler. So give him a bit of a thumbs up and a round of applause. He makes his way up there. He's okay. We're just putting him into the Wanganui Base Hospital there just for a little bit of reassurance. So he'll be okay. He's a pretty tough sort of fella, but give him a bit of a thumbs up and a round of applause as he comes up there. All right, we are going back racing. Boat number 90, Tim Betts from Auckland. Just gives the starters the okay, making sure that the arm restraints are locked in. All the safety is on. The helmets are done up. You probably won't be able to see a lot of that generally, but each time the boats come into the start chute, they must raise their hand to indicate to our starter that their arm restraints are locked and loaded and right to go, because, well, flailing arms out of a jet sprint boat during a rollover ends up hurting people. As we saw with Ian Carter up there at Bay Park a couple of years ago, tried to save the boat by outstretching his hand, managed to break it all, and still doesn't have the full feeling.
Wasn't too much fun at all, I don't think, KV. I'm not too sure whether old Betsy stalled it here. They look like they're wheeling them back to the trailer, so I think he might have flamed out just quietly.
Yep, righto.
Yeah,
so looks like Matt Wills there just pushing it back.
They're pointing all over the show. This one's harder to pick than a broken nose at the moment, so we're not too sure what's going on, but it looks like they're going to go back and fire them up again on the trailer.
Yeah, they're very small batteries in these boats, so if you manage to stall the boat, the batteries are just there to keep the electrics running during the lap, but you actually need a larger battery that is generally strapped to the side of the trailer to give it the boot in the guts that you need to start with. So we'll see what happens with Tim Betts.
Looks like they might fire the next boat out, I think, behind them. I'd say by the time they get that one going, that'll get the show on the road again. We're getting a lot of kids line up already at the gate down here, obviously searching the old Fowler Homes mini jet boats.
Hey, do you reckon we should give the kids the wrong information? Go left, kids, go left, or do you reckon we should just let them go for it and figure it out for themselves?
Well, they look like they're nice and eager, but I think there's a good 45 minutes at least before we have that lunchtime gate open. So you might want to hold fire a little bit, kids. There's plenty there, so if you want to wait at the gates, then good on you, but wait a bit longer. We've got to get through these Group A's and super boats, and then it'll be lunch break.
So we'll give you a couple of boats warning so that you got the heads up there, kids. But the security guards there actually doing their job. I tell you what, it's almost like a mosh pit down here at the gate behind the commentary tower. All we need is a little bit of doof music and those kids are going to go off.
Here comes Ray, the Fergunator Ferguson. Ray and Nicky, great to see them back in the sport. This boat is beautifully prepared. Ex-Andrew Guthrie machine, actually. It was a boat, Sprint Tech. And that was around a few years ago, real hard charger at the World. So great to see Ray back in the sport. I want to see what he can deal out here.
Yeah, Ray, last time we saw him out here a number of years ago, was doing really well in the Superboat group. Decided to step away from it, but as with all jet sprint drivers, they just can't stay away from it. It's such an addictive sport in so many ways, and great to see these guys back on board. And Ray, I thought, had this boat up for sale, even though it's a brand new package, and then it's been removed from sale. So
no, a bit of a bad hair day, I think, there, KB. Just one of those days where you have the old, I'm not having too much fun, I'm going to sell it. But, mate, great to see him back. Hairpin, beautiful, lovely out of there.
Gee, I'll tell you what, that was a very tight line through the Fowler Homes hairpin in front of commentary, and you don't want to go any tighter than that, Ray Ferg.
Righto, bring it home now. Let's see if Ray can better that other time. I mean, like I say, this boat is looking and sounding absolutely superb. He's a little bit tight on the wheel. He's sort of chucking around a bit. Nice way to bring home the strong. 54.738. So I think he'd be really happy with that. That's in a second improvement on his last run. So, no, really happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, still a little bit tentative on that wheel, but... you know, all very good indeed there for Ray Ferg. That tentativeness after a couple of more rotations, that'll go. It's been some 5 years since he's been behind the wheel, so it takes a little bit of time to get back up to pace again. Yeah,
no, I think you did right. I think the boat's quite flighty. What he probably could do is go up one adjustment on the steering. Maybe that'll stiffen it up a bit. It just looks like he's trying to fight it. So here's another another good competitor from the Naki in the big bright blue machine. Tony Reid. Now Tony's another man who with Buttercup Reid, is his uncle Tony actually. Great Uncle Tony. Here he goes. Just stepped up to the Group A this year. He came out of Group B, and Tony has been around the scene many, many years ago and just come back the last couple of seasons. Real character of the sport. Well presented boat. Quite an old boat, an old Macraft Mark III. But he pedals it well. He does pedal it well.
He does indeed, and the interesting thing, of course, is that Tony, once he bought this boat, went through its history and realised he'd owned it some 13 years earlier. So he actually owned this boat when jet sprinting was predominantly powered by oars. But Tony Reid, Andrew Bakey in there doing the navigational duties. That's very nice through that hairpin.
Yeah, no, he's doing a tidy job, and I was talking to Tony earlier last week actually. He says to me he did a stint in Group B last year, he's doing Group A this year, and he's going to do Superboat next year. So he said, I don't really care where I come, I just want to do all 3 classes.
Yeah, right, and look, it's just such a, you know, he just loves getting out and amongst it, and we've all seen, you've got these really competitive guys at the top end, and you've got guys like Uncle Tony just wants to have fun, and it's a 61.107 there for Uncle Tony Reid from Waitra. Isn't it amazing? We've got guys like Rex Bryant coming back into the sport, guys like Tony Reid coming back into the sport, and while they've still got that competitive edge about them, they're quite happy to go, you know what, it doesn't matter, we just want to have fun.
They're dead right. Speaking of fun, Clayton and Mandy Teasdale, these guys know how to have heaps of fun. Mainly at the after party, they are absolute hard chargers, but certainly they drive this boat really well.
Yeah, this jet speed hull with this new Group A engine in it, looking really nice, and it was great to see last season these guys came equal first in the Group B category, and interestingly, throughout the previous season in 2015, they had so much trouble with the rotation. And they did look as though Mandy Teasdale was giving us a bit of a wave there, but in fact she is navigating.
She's a very busy navigator. If you have a good look at Clayton, he's a big, tall, long, strong, nicely out of there. He's tucked himself under that steering wheel. You don't know how the hell he gets in there. He's about 7'2".
Yeah, that's right. But interestingly, a couple of years ago, they were calling different parts of the track different things. So Mandy was calling the top part of the track the top part, Clayton was calling the top part the bottom part. They've got it together. They now do the track walk together, and it is working really well from really good time, 54.115.
That was a very good time, just in front of Ray Ferg there. I think he'd be very happy with that. He just knobbed old Ray, and he didn't literally knob him, he just went past him with a little bit of ease.
Yeah, that's right, 0.623 of a second. We actually need Ruben Hoxema. Ruben, if you're floating around somewhere, happy birthday to you, mate. But Ruben, we call him the genius child. He's the one that does the mathematical equations. Now, Phil Dick out on track. This guy, well, I'll tell you what, we were talking about this earlier, Leighton. He's spent a lot of time on the grass over the years.
Mate, I reckon old Phil would be absolutely perfect franchise owner for Jim's Mowing. He has cut more grass than 2 of these franchisees together. But he's looking pretty good at the moment. We better not give him too much this here.
Yeah, we better not give him too much stick. But last season, in his rookie season, we'll call him a motocross rider. He spent so much time up and over islands, a bit tight down there, bogged it down in the hypersprint. The Jet Design Co, Phil Dick, of course, the designer and developer of this particular hull, into this left-hander, bogged it down, but I'll tell you what, he's really gaining in confidence. Went in there with a full head of steam, a little bit tight in there for mine, but he's really improved during the off-season.
Yeah, no, certainly driving hard there. He's absolutely riding that rev limiter. You can hear it belting back. He's just getting no drive. He's got a bit of a unit problem there. It's not hooking up, but he's bringing it home now. Phil Dick, tiny run. Didn't quite get a clear time on that one. I'll just have to come up a little bit longer. That blew out a little bit there. So what do we got? Phil Dick has come with a 61.10.
Yeah, that's it seemed a lot quicker than that to me.
It did. That's why I had to take 2 looks at it, KV. I suppose. Yeah,
okay, so we'll get back to you with the right time there. Obviously, something's gone a little bit awry.
Sean Rice. Now, this is a beautiful boat. Brand new boat come out here today. Sprint Tech. Brand new motor. Really good speedway driver, Sean Rice, and this is his first effort in a sprint tech, so this will be really good to watch today how he unfolds.
Yeah, really, that season that he's got under his belt in his previous boat has acquitted him really well. Third lap in this new boat and looking smooth without wringing its neck and yet still keeping that pace up. I dare say we're going to see this bloke feature quite well in the finals here today. Well, fingers crossed.
Lovely out of there. Yeah, had a bit of a yak with Sean just before actually, and he was telling me he's finding the boat quite twitchy, and I just said to him, just go to that steering nozzle one nick and just see what you got there and see if that changes things. But certainly looking tidy. These new boats, you lay back a lot more, and he's just finding it lay back and lying in the boat and getting comfortable. Here he comes coming home anyway, but a great run so far.
Yeah, look, that's tiny. Eased it over the line, a 57.818 there for Sean Rice. Yeah. Interesting into that hairpin. I don't know if you noticed that, but a big wall of water straight over the bow, straight onto their lap.
I did, yep. No, he'll have a very cool set of fries there. Yep. There's no doubt about that. But no, I thought he eased off the throttle coming home as well. He pulled out of it coming back here at Fowler Home. So there was an easy couple of seconds he can get off the time. So it'd be good to watch as the day progresses. But
well, mate, your advice down there to just ease up on that steering probably worked very well. And look, you know, it's cool and experienced heads that help these new guys, no doubt about that. As we pass, have a look down to Dean Riddick and Aaron Riddick, the boys from a New Plymouth, open to view. Of course, we saw these guys at the end of their run in qualifying one, park it up right next to the safety crew. And, that big orange or yellow glove, green, I don't know, what colour do you call it, of Aaron Riddick, the navigator, certainly making sure that Dean is fairly clear on which way he needs to go, although Dean, a couple of hesitations going up the front chute, having said that.
I don't know if it's the big glove that's getting in his way, maybe. Aaron's been very, very articulate with that glove, and it's quite a melon or a hand he's got on the end of there, so here he goes, into the air, but nicely out of there. Still got a bit of smoke out those breathers every time he fires it into a hard left. I think he's loading up on one bank, so one breather is just breathing pretty hard, but nice tidy run, holding it together good.
Yeah, look, these guys...
We have got a bit of a fire in there, actually. I just saw it a little bit there, so he's got a little bit of oil coming out just when he turned that corner. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Right, as he comes back in through you, I'll look at the time, you look at the fire, and 57.809. Oh, geez, I tell you what, that was a bit ragged at the final, at the end of the run. 57.809. Don't see, no, the safety crew are pulling him up. That's the second time today that the safety crew, as those guys are going into the finish line or into the spin-out pool there, have hauled them up and had a bit of a look in there. Yeah,
they're throwing a bit of oil out and that oil's burning off as it goes. So obviously they've got some bad breather problems. They're able to disperse it outside. So hopefully they keep an eye on it. But, Andy Ryan, the Joker.
Oh, yeah, geez, I tell you. Well, this guy, you just never know what's going to happen with this bloke. He can be off with the ferries or onto it like Donkey Kong. And Kerry Ann Allen doing the navigational duties here. The Joker, Rapid Racing, and of course Earthworks right in alongside him. Of course, Andy Ryan, the Earthworks contractor from Wellington area.
Plymouthing down that way. Andy won't leave anything on the trailer here. As you can see, he's come out pretty hard, nice and early. Nice and tidy lines. Looking really good. We'll see what he can do down this hairpin up the end here, because this is going to be his money shot. But I'm really impressed with Andy so far today.
Yeah, absolutely, Leighton. I think that this is a sensational.
Beautiful out of there.
Nice. I noticed he actually steered into that left-hander on the exit. He steered just a little bit out of it. So that's an interesting way to go about it.
Yeah, no, he's certainly... Keep it tidy coming home here. I think he's going to put a good, respectable time on the board. There's no doubt about it. He's driving better and better and more confident every time we see him. Yeah, great.
54.734. Andy Ryan into P2. 0.619 of a second slower than the time that Clayton Tisdall posted.
Yeah, and I mean, already looking up those top three boats at the moment, we've got 3 54s. Ray Ferg, obviously with his 54, Andy Ryan has just slipped one in there at 54, and Clayton and Mandy Teasdale with a 54. So, as I said earlier, 5 or 6 boats in this Group A, they will run within 1/100th of a second most of the day. So there's nothing in it. You can put it, chippy paper through between them.
Oh, absolutely. As we look at Carl Brensel and Hamish Murray, the boys from Tapanui, out on track at the moment. The boat is marooned too. And, gee, that was a brave line from Carl Brensel around that the big top island there. Came in very, very tight in there. I'll tell you what, it's called what we call a worm burner. If the worm had stuck his head up there, it would have been taken off. The line was that fine.
Carl,
that
bit of a flame
terrible
out there. Yeah, he's a bit of a fuel problem there, I think, when he just threw it left, so maybe a flame out close, but he's away again.
Yeah, you're right, Leighton. It's the something on the left edge all wide out there. Lost the confidence now that the boat is popping and farting all over the place.
Got a bit of a float problem there in the bowl, maybe in the carburetor or a block filter. Something's going on. Every time he throws it into a hard left-hander, he's losing it. So he's done the smart thing, taking it back. No good going back as a Coke can crunched. He might as well go back complete and go back to the trailer and try and sort it out and be back later.
Yeah, those flame outs, of course, when the boat loses power, there's no water going through the jet unit. The jet unit steers, so there's no point being a passenger when you've got no control.
No, wise move. Hot Dog Harry Whelans, MF, beautifully presented boat. He's a bit like Andy Ryan. He'll be aiming for that 54 club. Let's see if we can have another one join it.
So Harry Whelan, the man from a lower hut, into the nut up the top there. We call it the nut because it tightens right up. Jason Conroy, not one of those animated navigators, just sits there, puts his hand out to tell Harry where he needs to go, when and where he needs to. Just a quick flick and set right into that right-hander. The quick hand into the left-hander, now to the top part of the track. And look, I tell you, this is going to look good. He's got the line looking nice into that hairpin. Beautifully done.
Yeah, no, I'm really, really happy with this run so far with Harry. I think he's looking good for this 54 club. Maybe even a touch on 53s. All bringing it home here. Let's see what he can do. 3 corners to go. Can Hot Dog Harry Whelans join the club?
Yeah, look, I'll tell you, that left-hander around mouth pressure, that final hairpin looked really good. That's going to be a great time in the 54s with a 54.603 into P2.
Oh, she's great stuff. This is what we want to see, more and more of it. There's another 2 or 3 boats to go in Group A.
Okay.
We've got Neil, Big Deal, Marshall next. Ross, Mole, Travers, and Cy Gibbon. So we've got a bit to come, guys. It only gets tighter from here.
Yeah, the Eagle Automotive boat coming out onto the track at the moment. So Neil Marshall, as you said, this guy actually won was one of New Zealand's top rally drivers, tarmac rally drivers, has been translating that rally driving beautifully into jet sprint racing. A lot of people call jet sprinting rally driving on water. They're not too sure about that one. You know, jet sprinting's way more exciting. There is no doubt about that. Where in the world can you see these high-performance boats racing inside channels that are about 4 metres wide, a metre deep, inside of a rugby pitch or a footy field or a soccer pitch, whatever you want to call it? It is just phenomenal sport.
Neil making it look easy at the moment. He's really doing some beautiful driving out here. This is a 53, guys, I believe. He's made it look easy, smooth as ice. Neil doesn't muck around. He's quick on the tarmac and he's quick on water. It doesn't matter what he drives. This guy can haul it. Let's see what he can do. Bring it home now. 53.211. There we see it. 1 second on the 54 club. That was a great run.
Yeah, absolutely. Geez, I tell you that he's going to put the likes of Clayton Tisdall, Harry Whelan, Andy Ryan and Ray Ferg. That's going to put the shivers up him a little bit. As we see now, Ross Travers and his son Shane came out in qualifying 1 and characteristically went the wrong way. These guys are going to have their face back on again now. Of course, we call him Super Mario.
Roscoe he'll put the pedal down. He'll want to chase Neil. He won't know what Neil's just done, but he'll have a good idea that it's time to fire a shot. And normally at Q3, you want to put a good run on the board.
Yeah, Ross and Shane Travers, the local boys here from Wanganui. Ross Travers, self-employed. Shane Travers, the apprentice engineer. And so his father and son team just do such a wonderful job at each and every time. And the way that Radioactive is being steered at the moment, they are going to be featuring in the top end, the top echelon come the end of the today. There is no doubt about that.
Absolutely, and again, Ross is making it look easy. He's chasing Neil, big deal, Marshall bound. I don't think there's going to be much in it. The boat speed looks very, very similar. So we're going to come down to it. Can Ross break that 53? Or can he... wrong
he's
way.
just gone the wrong way. He needed to stick to the far outside of the track, and so he won't be getting into the 53s, that's for sure.
Yeah, mate, he'll be filthy about that.
Ross Travers, incorrect rotation twice in one day, and the frustration is palpable the way he steered that into that spin out pull.
He was laying it all on the table there. I thought his lines were fantastic. It was a very similar place to where he went last time. So he did correct and he did finish there, which is great, but he'll be very, very filthy with himself going back to the paddock. Cy Gibbon, show us your crack. Here he comes, Novus.
A 101.206 there for our previous competitor, and look, as we cast our eyes down now to Novus Autoglass Cy Gibbon, I tell you what, former commentator Choco down in front of the commentary tower, mate. Geez, I tell you what, he's shoving those bread rolls in, mate. I don't know the size of his belly that we can see from here. I don't know he needs any more.
I don't know that he knows we can see him, but
the King Watercraft with Cy Gibbon at the helm, and his good mate Tomo sitting in right alongside him. The boys from North Canterbury, the guys in the South Island, got a lot more work to do to compete on the New Zealand national stage. A lot of travelling involved each and every time, and as we see a big wall of water going over everybody in front of the commentary tower, makes you wonder why they stand there late, to be fair.
yeah, mate, they're either that or they're very hot. Tell you what, Cy, his boat throwing out a lot more water. He's pumping a lot more water than the other guys. If you notice, it's very, very big. The tail behind it, the speed's good, looking good, coming across. Oh, 52.561. Cy Gibbon, just straight to the top. He just whacked a second on Neil Marshall.
Yeah, about 0.7, I think, from my calculations, which aren't that good, so don't take that verbatim, but thereabouts, and that is a cracker time.
Wow. Didn't pick that one. You know, as I said, Cy's throwing out a lot more water. He's pumping a lot more water than the other guys. You can clearly see that. So let's see if Ollie Silverton and Jess Sit can fire one back.
Yeah, look, Ollie Silverton was right down in the previous run. I've just lost in my mind. I went, yep, no, I've lost the time.
You're right. He was well off the pace. So this will be very interesting to see if he can jump back in the club. Ollie normally leads the way most of the day. So Cy's just thrown one down. Neil's obviously right there, and of course we got the 54 club where you got 5 boats.
So right, as Ollie Silverton takes off, Jess Sit, the marketing manager for PSP Building Brands. PSP, of course, great supporters of jet sprinting over the journey, and looking after the 3 boys from the Hamilton area. And Ollie Silverton, wow, just that boat looking beautiful. Ease off just a little bit into that right hand, a good move.
Yeah. Listen to those blades working. He's obviously put his good blades in now. You can hear that motor revving and the way it's spinning up. Listen to it come out of the hairpin here. You'll hear it dance. Just puts up and gone. He's really looking like a fast time here. This will be good to watch.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's just like a dog shot in the bum, just drove straight out of that hairpin.
Couple of turns to go. Can Ollie come and join the 52s? Can he do better?
Well, the time will tell. And Ollie Silverton across the line.
51.558. Well done.
That is quick time. Straight to the top of the table for Group A qualifying 3. Ollie Silverton, Simon Gibbon, Neil Marshall, Clayton Tisdall, Harry Whelans. Rounding out the top 6 was Andy Ryan. So, all right, we've got one more qualifying class to go, and that will be the unlimited superboats before we take our lunch break. Already plenty of kids lined up down there. We've got about 10 or so boats left to go before our lunch break. So you will all be invited into the pit and paddock area. Remember, no smoking in the pits, and certainly no alcohol in there either. So that winds out the Group A qualifying 3. We are now going down to qualifying round number 3 of the unlimited superboats, and it is going to be huge.